Hi guys, Adam Hebener here, CEO of Modern Mortgage. This is today's Modern Minute, and I want to continue to use the Modern Minute just to relate what's happening in the local marketplace and how we should be behaving to what's happening in the larger macro picture of the economy. So I want to continue to do that for you today. And the big story along all of this process continues to be the way that the government is intervening in interest rates. And so you've heard me talk a lot about this in different constructs. We've talked about how the Fed purchases money from the mortgage-backed securities market and reduces interest rates. We've talked about how FHFA is adding this 50 basis point G fee, this guarantee fee that's coming up. Well, that is for mortgages that are delivered in December, and most of our competitors, many of them, have already added this in because of how long it takes them to deliver. But I want you to know, we are still not doing it. We are still able to kind of hold open the doors for a short period of time, and sometimes this is just the beauty of being kind of the CEO and getting to say, hey, look, we are still little guys. We still fight for little guys. And so we're kind of holding back as much as we possibly can and finding those little seams where we can fit through without having to pass on this G fee. So honestly, guys, you have heard this for 10 years from our industry, and I understand that's why it sometimes makes it hard to hear. And that is this phrase where someone in our industry will utter, this is the lowest rates have ever been. Well, that's because for 10 years it's been true. Every time we say it, this is the lowest rates have ever been, it really is true. And so rates are never in history before, or only a couple of other times, I should say, has there been a very clear date certain when we expect interest rates to rise. And we're seeing that happen all around us right now. So it probably will not last past the end of September. This is the last, couple of days to get your transaction locked in. So if you're thinking about doing a refinance, if you want to take some of this equity off the table, you've had a big shoot up in equity. If you need to get rid of mortgage insurance, if you need to take some cash out, if you need to just lower your payment, if you need to move to a 15-year fixed, now is the time to do that. Don't wait much longer. And the reason that it's the time to do that is the series that I put together for you before in the last couple of weeks on deflation. And guys, I did that because I think most of the information you're receiving from the financial world, from the news updates, is inflation. In fact, I did my own little anecdotal survey of headlines and financial articles aimed at the public. And some 75–80% of those were focused on inflation. One of them, out of Australia, even coined a new phrase, which is negative inflation. Well, we already have a word for negative inflation. That word is deflation. And so that was pretty annoying for me to see. I had to chuckle and think, gosh, they work so hard to keep people misinformed. But the activity we continue to see is very consistent with deflation. So we just got new unemployment numbers, another 900,000 new unemployment cases added to the old unemployment cases. That persistent unemployment added to the latest numbers for last month's savings rate, 31%. That's the highest personal savings rate I've seen on record. When we see numbers like that, high unemployment, high savings rates, you're in deflation, because those behaviors, very wisely, lead to less consumption. So when the public is not consuming as much, despite the fact that you're hearing, hey, numbers in retail are good or numbers in some other sector are good, honestly, it's true. You'll always be able to find kind of one hot potato that's fine. Online retailers, for instance, are doing well. But just despite the fact that there's one hot potato does not mean that the macro background is not deflationary. When we look at things like technology, employment, wage growth, government interest rates, all of these things put together, what you might describe as M2 money supply, all of this stuff put together does indicate a deflationary background. So what to do about it is, you got to take advantage of the rate. You got to move the rate down as much as you can so that there's a bigger gap between what you're earning and what you need. What we're trying to do during deflation is batten down the hatches in terms of budget, what you owe, because your dollars for paying back debt are going to be shrinking. It's going to be harder to be paying back debt as that shifts. Now, as a reminder, I do believe 2, maybe 3 years out, we switch into an inflationary environment, and that could be a rapid inflation environment. And in that case, some of these rules will change. But for now, this is what you need to do to really thrive and prepare for that process. So hopefully you'll take advantage of that. As always, if you have questions, thoughts, concerns, shoot us back, and we'd love to continue to converse with you and talk more. So I'll look forward to that. Thank you guys for all you do to like, share, and subscribe. Please continue to do that, and we'll look forward to helping you very soon. Talk to you then. Take care. Bye-bye.